never a dull moment here behind the camera scenes, but we're here. It's Sunday. We got things rolling, Keith. A couple prices yesterday. Your value play of the day, a $13 winner from Keith Fustel, and then Uncaptured Storm for Ferrier and Boca Chica stepping it up, 7-1, $17.40 winner. So that was nice to see. I'm sure we've got a couple of those types of situations coming up here on Super Bowl Sunday. First of all, Keith, what Super Bowl?
I don't, I'm not a real fan of either team. I'm leaning towards the Eagles. I think they're, a little bit more balanced. I've never been a fan of the Chiefs, but I'll play a couple prop bets. I think Dallas Goedert, the tight end for the Eagles, might have a pretty good game, but should be interesting. Should be an entertaining game to say the least. But I don't really have a lot of skin in this game.
Same. I mean, the Packers have been out, so I just outside of the Packers, it's tough for me to get into it. But hey, I'm gonna go for chaotic. I'm gonna go for unbalanced. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs for this year. So we'll see how that goes. Keeping it up with the Midwest theme for Francois. But taking a look at the track, got some rain coming up. That's why we have a little bit of a sealed track. Low 40s. Bring it on. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, track is sealed right now. Looks like we've got some rain in the future. So we'll deal with that. We'll keep you updated on any track changes as they arise. But yesterday, it was a little tricky card. Really only had one horse go wire to wire, right? Al Loves Josie, if I'm correct. Yeah, big number there. 94 was the preliminary buyer for Al Loves Josie. Omadata. I bashed Omadata. Oh, jeez. Made me look like a fool. Wins off by 12 3/4, but I look like a fool every day, so it doesn't matter. And my apologies, I guess, but that was a big run.
It was a huge run, and it made it simple. Listen, I was right there with you. I said, hey, this horse needs to go at that distance before he goes, and he just spanked them all. But let's go ahead with this Sunday race card. Enough chit-chat. But race number 1, of course, kicks off the early pick 5. And it starts in this Claiming 10,000 event for the girls 4 and up, which have never won 2, going 5.5 on the dirt. Keith.
Yeah.
Poet in My Heart. 4, Linda. Now in the barn of Linda Albrecht. It's Dennis Arujo this time.
Took a shot on this one last time. I'll come back. This is, I got written, goofy race. This is a really tough race to get you started. I've got to look for a little bit of a price. Poet in My Heart, I think, could be 5, maybe a little bit higher, just off of that last race. A slight drop back down. This horse broke sharp. She broke really sharp last time. Was with the pace for about, 3/16 of a mile, out 5 wide outside of horses, and just was allowed to draft back out of it, and that was it. We've got Arojo today. Put this filly into the race early, and I think she can battle a long way to 5.5. There's no real strong speed. I think from the rail, Sapphire Beauty is going to go. I like the way she kind of bit in hand last time. That was one of her best visual performances there, 1 for 13. But Poet in My Heart, Sapphire Beauty. I'll also use Rational Millennial. I think this one, getting back, third off a little bit of a break, second time sprinting in a row, has a chance to make that move into the flow. Lick and Spunky, the 7, again, you see the early comment, ease back between horses and faded. In this field, she's got to be into the flow. She should be able to flow. She's got enough speed, but it's a wide open race. You've got the 6 on top.
I have the Gonzalez horse. We've got a second after the layoff. Use Penn as a little bit of a warm up. Pretty even. This is a pretty even, steady Eddie type. She's a bit one paced, so just send her to the near front next time. I normally don't go for horses that are a need the lead type, but in this field, with the way this field is working, and that's what I saw. I saw all of this, I saw this jigsaw puzzle of a first race, and I just kind of went, we've got a little bit of the drop coming over from Penn, and then second after the layoff. So that was my logic with that one, but you could find logic for a lot of horses there at the start of the early pick 5. Race number 2, let's take a look at Keith Fustel's early pick 4 ticket to see how he plays this Sunday game.
How about that ticket yesterday? We did a cheapo. Maybe you threw Omadata and made it a $28 ticket. I hope you did from the 14 because it paid good.
Right.
$388. We were around it the rest of the way. Race 2, start off with a single again. Great go. Gets a big scratch here of the 3 Rudy ride. Also scratch the 2 jetting out. Take the 5 there to get you started. Race 3, crapshoot, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Race 4, trim it down. Crimson Rocket, Romer. Brion's interesting to me. Reported gelding coming back off the break. Got a lot of speed, but I think he might have a little bit of company with Young Turk. See if the 3 and the 4 can strike from just off of it. Race 5, 4 deep there again. 2, 3, 6, and 8. Another tricky race in race 5. $24. Add as you like.
There we go. Tricky race in race 5. We had that yesterday. Race again, a bit of a tricky card here today, but kicks off the early pick 4 with the first leg in this claiming 5,000 going 3/4 of on the dirt for the 4-year-olds and up. As you mentioned, scratch number 3, Rudy Rod, but also scratch number 2, Jettin' Out. And Keith, that leaves you on top with your number 5, the Great Go-Go from Mikey Gorham, gets Jamie Rodriguez, goes to the lead. Let's take a look at that effort from January 13th, just at the mid-turn, leaving the mid-stretch.
Yeah, and this is what he can do when he's at the right level. He can handle a little bit of pressure, and he can go on with it. I thought he ran quite well on the 1st of January. I think we might have shown that. This horse had some trouble, but kept giving effort, even though he was 9th, beaten 9. The key's going to be the break. He is the controlling speed in here. Maybe the one more factor off the 4.5 will try to go with him, but I think he can nurse, take some pressure, and kick away from this field. You got to keep scratching into 3, Rudy Rod, who was going to take a lot of play trying to make that run in from Parks. Wait another day for that one. That's it. Great go to the front, never look back.
There we go, and that starts off the early pick 4. Race number 3, second leg of the early pick 4 is maiden claiming 12.5. Going a 1-turn mile on the dirt here for the 3-year-old fillies. Scratch in the 5, Susanna's Lucky Charm. That leaves you, Keith, on top with the number 9, Always Forward. For Jose Corrales, John Brasino on the outside gets a little bit of relief.
Bottom level 3-year-old fillies going a mile. I mean, this is another race. It's a stagger fest, kind of to the wire. Hate to say it like that, but it's going to be a slow final quarter. Always Forward took play in debut, was claimed out of that race. Corrales, a barn that doesn't claim a lot. Must have saw something they liked. Had trouble that day, had trouble the second start. Going back, there's route in the second dam, stretching out, gets an outside draw. Should be clear of any trouble. Hence, I'll just take the shot going from 2 sprints to the route. Can kind of settle somewhere in mid-pack and make a grinding run to get it down, get it done. Grass Cutter the 6th looks like your flow. We've got a stat on the 2, Omakami. This horse got an interesting comment last night, a little belated urging. Was nudged along at the half, then took a little breather and got going late. But Schoenthal last 3 years in the dirt with a second Lasix angle, excluding the first. He's pretty good. 7 for 24, 29% with an ROI of 231. Has the route experience under her belt. Should be able to save ground, makes a steady progress off of it. 9-2-8-6. A 5-star friend, I think, might have that tactical edge on this field with that middle move. She'll have to deal with Grass Cutter, but she might be able to separate top of the stretch. But when she hits the top, she's got a long way to go. Can she hold off the closers? Let's go to the 4th, Callie.
Okay, let's do that. And that starts the Rainbow Pick 6. Of course, I've got to take it lined up. Let's take a look at how that plays. The Pick 6 did hit yesterday. That was otherwise that they hit about 8,100 yesterday. So congratulations to them. But race number 4, I go 4-3, Romer and Crimson Rocket. Race 5 is my single, Stronger Than Dex for Jerry Robb in that claiming 10,000. Race number 6, I go 5 wide, 2-3-5-7-9, with the 3 being my top selection, Supreme Law. The race after that, race number 7, I do go 4 wide, 2-3-6-8. I could have gone that race. I'm not surprised it's just going to be all over the place. A bunch of, just a bunch of horses that are talented, under the radar type of situation. So it'll be interesting to see how that lines up. And my second single of the day is on Zabracadabra because I had to go 4 wide in that maiden special weight, going 2 turns on the dirt here for the Sunday nightcap. So I give you a $32 ticket. I know it's not. I know I couldn't keep you as happy as I did yesterday, Keith. But with this card today, hopefully you'll give me a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, I'll give you a little break today.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's this kind of card today where, jumping out Zabracadabra is going to be a lot of people's single.
Yep.
Maybe early. We talked about the Great Go-Go, I think, in earlier pick 4s and pick 5s and stuff. But, it's just kind of a spread-a-rama type of
Yes.
Multi-race plays there. Okay.
Spreadarama indeed, and that does start in this claiming 16 in race number 4, which have never won 3, going 6 furlongs on the dirt for the 4-year-olds and up. And let's go ahead and start chatting about your top selection. Number 4, Romer for Donald Barr, gets William Humphrey. Again, third off of the layoff for this one, but has come back nicely ever since getting a little bit of a break.
Yeah, right now third race in a row. When he's right, he's consistent. You know, he can string together races. I think he's just been consistently faster than this group. He was able to kind of get position after being used early last time and kept on grinding. So he's caught 2 races in return here where he had loose leaders in front of him.
Sure.
But, boy, he kept trying. So he might have a little bit more of a contested pace, bring a finish. We can go right to the video because Crimson Rocket, Romer, they come out of that same race.
They do.
On the 21st of January. Crimson Rocket, definitely the worst of it this particular afternoon. We're going to see the start. Romer just to the inside. They actually bounce around together. And Crimson Rocket getting the worst of it, a little steady and a pinch back after being jostled from both sides. So you're going to watch this and pick it up. This horse is going to kind of make a run in behind rivals heading to the half-mile pole. There's Romer, who had to recover. You saw the bump there.
I did.
Yep, and he got rushed up into the spot and taps the brakes. But there you go, a little steady and a check at the 4.5 and a little water skiing, as we like to call it in chart caller terms, right? Heading to the half end of the turn. But Crimson Rocket never really gives up. Makes a little bit of another move right here.
He does. Yeah. He's like, okay. It's like he got check denied. He's like,
steady.
Okay. He's steadied, and he's like, okay, fine, try this again. Just like comes right back at it. So that's something that I really do like about Crimson Rocket, which is what attracted me to him. So he just needs a little bit of a smoother trip, and I think once things line up for him, because he comes up through the rail here and just really nice effort. So I love that little bit of grittiness, that definitely more than a little bit of try that he showed last time out. So I like a feisty chestnut, so that's fine with me the way he handled it.
Yeah, both of them very close. Like I say, Romer's been consistently fast, but Crimson Rocket kind of indicated there maybe he's moving in the right direction. Maybe I've got the wrong BB of the day. Maybe we can scratch that and take another one. We'll go 4-3 at A's lead. TNT, I think, is another one to be able to save ground and rally into it.
Sure.
Question mark to me would be the one, Brion, coming back. Lots of speed, but a drop-off time off the claim.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what to do because I think Young Turk will make a move into that one.
I cautiously left off my selections. Won't be surprised if we see this horse go in underneath, but again, I just was a little bit cautious. Maybe just needs a race perhaps. But race number 5 is a claiming 10,000, which have never won 3, going 7 furlongs on the dirt for the 4-year-olds. Scratch in the number 4, heads or tails. Keith, you land on Annette Eubanks' Looking for Justice with Angel Cruz. Gets back to this. I like getting back to the 7 furlongs for this guy here today with where he's at mentally.
A little stronger field last time, caught some droppers. I think he's in the right spot. He never really got comfortable. Had to be used, got position down inside. Look, leaving mid-turn to the head of the stretch, he was going to make a move, but he just did not respond to pressure. Maybe moving outside, getting a chance to settle in mid-pack off the inside might help him to rally into it. Some questionable speed types in here. The one, Sutton Valley, stronger than Dex. They're going to be out. Even Stimulus Maker. I don't know what really to make of him off of that last race.
Yes.
But Looking for Justice, rebounding on a slight drop for an owner-trainer combo that's been deadly over the last couple months.
Okay, and there we go. Keith Fusel goes 6-2-8-3 there in the 5th, and we'll be right back to talk about the rest of Super Bowl Sunday's card.
Introducing the first racing tool from Pegasus to Preakness. Iconic venues.
Life is good, and Irad Ortiz Jr. has ran them off their feet in the Pegasus.
World-class racing. Millions at stake.
Rod Bauer win the Preakness.
New champions will be crowned. Only at First.
Welcome back, and here we are talking about this allowance in the 6th, going 7 furlongs on the dirt for the 4-year-olds and up. Keith, you have the number 7 on top. Asking for a Baskin. You're a big fan of this horse, aren't you?
I like it. I'm an Oppo picker here. I love it when that orange number's up there and you got on the look on the other side and nobody's got it. So Oppo, yeah, I am a fan of asking for a Baskin.
You are.
I'm a fan of Alvelo, the rider.
Yes.
Rode the better part of the racetrack last time. They went quick. I expected a little bit more run, but I think he catches the right kind of field in here where he can get position early. Supreme Law and they look to be the quickest. They don't go demanding. We talk about it like a kind of little carousel, little, right around the racetrack together.
Right.
These two may emerge leaving the half without too much pressure and getting their own battle. So I'm 3-7, 7-3 in race number 6. I think I like the horses that he's run against. Big Man came back out of that race yesterday.
Yes.
What, he run an 89? Big number when rallying from off the pace yesterday as the value play. Let's look at the video, though, of Magic Mule. Magic Mule, horse you have second. I'm going to throw right back in the mix. Always been a fan of this guy. Just been a little bit of a hard luck horse, Callie.
Right.
Wow.
Absolutely. How can you not be a fan of this guy? Just keeps trying, and sometimes he runs into these monster fields. But he'll even step up to the plate sometimes in these monster fields, of course, against HP Moon last time out, coming off of the layoff. But look at this guy just try. Gets a bit of a fresh take with Kevin Gomez on top. Gets sent a little bit further up there, so we go from this. Here's the big question now. Going from the 6 to the 7. The 7, anything 7 and above for Magic Mule, I do kind of raise my eyebrows a little bit.
Okay.
But, however, with what we're seeing right now on the screen, and had a pretty decent gallop out, that makes me feel a little bit more confident if he's put into that same nice forward-ish relaxing position for Kevin Gomez today.
Yeah, track was slower that day, so don't really look at those internals, but he has that positional speed. We saw it even on the go back at Pimlico. Was a Preakness weekend where he got put into the race and fought tooth and nail, a gut-wrenching loss at 9-1. That still brings tears to my eyes. But Kevin Gomez riding well, got a good ride on Lucky Lorraine for Mary Epler yesterday.
That was
settled
a good ride.
Inside out kind of a trip, so expect that kind of trip today. Mid-pack, maybe a couple lengths out of it mid-turn, but saving that ground and then looking to maneuver by the time they hit the top of the stretch. 7-3-2-9, Union Fleet's good. Captain Quince, a horse you've got in the mix. He's really making strides right now. I like the way he finished visually through the wire last time. An improving type here for Mikey Gorham. Competitive 6 race. I hope the flow carries my top 2 selections, but I will use a couple of these other horses underneath.
This is why I believe I went 6 wide.
Yeah, you went.
I went wide in this race. But race number 7 is an allowance optional claiming 62.5, going 6 furlongs on the dirt. For the 3-year-olds, you and I both agree, lost weekend for Phil Capuano, Jamie Rodriguez, another horse that's in good form. We get back to the 6 furlongs for this guy, which I think is it really is the big thing for him. Send him. Don't look back. That's how he operates. Key race 2 back, 31st of December.
Yeah, no chance lost weekend out of that race. Drew's Gold comes back to win yesterday. The Jimmy Wingfield up in New York with a good number. Another impressive performance by that runner. But how about Phil Capuano? What he's done. Dale passed the baton. He just throw the torch, whatever you want to call it. He just take it off running. He's on a dead sprint away from everybody. So, yeah, good job. I mean, you love to see that.
Yeah.
But lost weekend, but the Lasix back on. Battled in between, a tough trip, and kept on going. I think he can kind of measure the speed in here. I don't think anybody's as quick as Swifty Devil early.
Right.
I do think the X-Man's going to take some pressure to him with no chance. He was down on the worst part of the racetrack on the 28th and had to fade.
Are we talking about Swifty Devil or Noah Chance?
Noah Chance was on the worst part of the racetrack on the 28th. But Swifty Devil, I think, still might be with the blinkers on. The blinkers have gone on those last 2 starts for the one-horse Swifty Devil, and he's really shown a lot of speed. So he keys up against the right kind, but I think he'll take a little bit of heat. Yeah, we got a video? Perfect. Let's see it.
Yeah, we are taking a look at Swifty Devil. That was back in the 11th of December at Laurel. Just cutting up to this wire. Just really, again, very, very game, super game horse. But that's exactly, he's in the right position, and we just saw him. This is back at Laurel Park. We went to go try up in New York on the mud. We get a similar type of situation. We have some moisture in the track for Swifty Devil today, which I think is going to be a really big plus sign for Swifty Devil. But Noah Chance, it's tough because I didn't love that he was sent out last time, but it was also tough because he was on the rail. So I would prefer to see him just sitting right off of the pace. I'm not sure if he loves that fast type of position. So we'll see what happens there. But he is third after the layoff, which Jerry Robb is kicking at 21% at.
Yeah, I think he could sit just off, make that first
would
move
love him.
into
Yeah.
Swifty Devil. He was kind of forced his hand down from the Rebel. Swifty Devil,
Right.
the blinkers going. He's in very good form right now. Joey Freshwater was third, beating about 5 lengths or so behind that key horse in Drew's Gold. But last weekend you saw in that video, he just kind of spun his wheels that race, but kind of got back on his game. I think looking for a price shot, you've got this one in the mix as well. 8-1 morning line. This is a tricky race to make, I think, after the top two. General News looks to be on the improve. Second Lasix, just making progressions, was real gritty. Didn't switch leads last time, but was down inside. I think he can kind of relax into clear here. He looks like a horse that wants a little bit more ground. He's going to make that closing run into the speeds.
Damon Deal DeVico, 34% as of lately, second after the layoff, so I'm clearing up with that. And we both wrap things up with John Hall. They're in the 8th race, though. That's an allowance going the 1 turn mile on the dirt for the 4-year-olds and up. That's a $70,000 purse. Let's go ahead on that video on Zabracadabra back from the 15th of January, heading into this first turn, and then we're going to cut and show from the 5-ace pole to the mid-stretch. So in the beginning of this race, comes in and has to do a little bit of fighting, adjusting a little bit wide here, but has to fight for it early.
Just lifetime form for Zabracadabra, yeah. And usually this is a tough spot to be when you're going around or ground. I don't care where you are, 3, 4, 5 wide, around into and around the first turn, giving up that position. But Zabracadabra likes it out there, right? He just relaxes and just drags the rider right up there to contention. And he's able to kind of separate around the final turn. Here you go. The knockout punch goes. And just under a little bit of asking, just kind of nudged along.
Just keeping him on the bit.
Yeah, shake him loose, trying to make some inroads. Not going to do it. Zabracadabra opens up. So 1 turn mile today, that works for him as well. 4 for 5 in the money with a couple of wins. He's just in razor sharp form, tracks the speed, makes that move. I think his maybe biggest threat might be Always in a Hurry, a horse stretching out from the 7/8 tries to 6.5 tries. He's a grinding type. He might find this longer stretch run to his liking.
Well, in talking with Dale Capuano back when Dale had this horse after winning the Howard and Sonder Bender Memorial, it's actually always been the intention for this horse to go a little bit longer.
Okay.
So now we're stepping it up. We're giving it a try. So this has always been the plan for Always in a Hurry. But hey, against a horse like Zabracadabra, may just need a race against that type here today.
Okay, yeah, I mean, coming off those sprints, he shouldn't be terribly far back because
No.
you're looking at Hello Hot Rod looks to be the one kind of to go. Just what he's been running against at Remington Oaklawn. Okay, but we'll see. He's back with Brittany, though, right? You remember the source on the go back was in this barn, if I'm not mistaken, right? Hello Hot Rod, going way back?
Going way back, super way back,
Yeah,
but yes,
okay.
definitely. So we'll go ahead, race number 9. In this maiden special weight, mile and 16th on the dirt, 2 turns, scratch in the 4, occasional moon. You and I both have Princess Cairo, Horacio de Paz. Really wonderful performance. First out, first asking, first time routing. This is a stat I'm going to get to with the other horse, but De Paz, 6 for 12 as of lately, 50% with his second time starters. And it's kind of an all or nothing. Either they're winning or they're finishing a little bit off the board. So you and I kind of both go for it at 5-2.
Yeah, kind of a staggering stat right there. Boy, he had him ready. I had her ready, I should say. First time out, going 2 turns.
Right.
Now, the only thing that maybe was in the favor of the horse, the track was holding speed pretty good on the 30.
Okay.
That was but man, this horse was hounded it multiple times during the race. She got herded inward through the stretch, and she was just dead game. I mean, it looks like a horse
read the
doesn't
chart,
even,
and I mean, it's just she had horses breathing down her neck the entire time, and then was just dog fighting it all the way down at the top of the stretch. So I'll give it to her a little bit for that. Let's talk about your number 7 before we get into number 5, Dover Bluff. We've got a video on Dover Bluff back on January 27th. Start soon after leaving the chute. So we're taking a look at this break right now. Yeah.
Park about a half a step slow, not terrible, but right coming out of the chute. 2 horses are going to kind of gun up, and right there, Jock says, let's take a hold. Just a little bit of a steady there from Toledo, and had to draft back, loses some ground. This is a race in which No Easy Days is also there. That particular day was the 8 horse running 4th right now. That's a Damon de Levico horse with Caramanos. But right here, again, it has to move up. Gets in behind horses, and you see it in the comment, waited around the turn. So the momentum's there. I mean, all in is no easy days, right? Chasing that duel. Right here, look at the 3 horse, Dover Bluff, just held up.
just blocked
Can't go anywhere.
Blocked in behind traffic, can't go anywhere. The rider on the 2, not sure what was going on there, but essentially in the beginning when Toledo saw that rider rush, he said, all right, let me not be a part of this at all, and then comes up, finishes respectably well, just had too much work to do at the end of it.
Yeah, I thought this was education-wise. He got a lot out of this effort. He just kind of keeps on going. No easy days. It's just going to nab the place here. But good effort. I think from the breeding standpoint, he should be able to kind of stretch out here, get positioned into that first turn. Yeah, I like how the trainer one gives enough time, too, coming back off of that really hard race. So
for sure,
a little bit of a break here. DePaz got that win yesterday with Tappan Josie.
Yes, so I also go with the other DePaz horse underneath at a price, a bit of a value play at 15 to 1. We're coming second after the layoff, but while second after the layoff isn't a strong stat for DePaz, here's what is. First routing as of lately, 4 for 14, 29% in the winner's circle, 1 second, 4 thirds. So no matter what, I think first-time routing, especially with that comeback at the 7 Ace back in January up in New York, we come down here, we come back down to Maryland, we go 2 turns, and this is a move that DePaz is excelling at as of lately.
Okay, I'll toss the 2 in there as a little price shot.
Okay.
Maybe to help those tries and supers. Maybe exact. Code of Kings, Trombe, sometimes these horses just jump up. This is a second-time gelding angle for the 2 Code of Kings.
And there we have it. Super Bowl Sunday card here at Laurel Park. But Keith, let's quickly talk about your best bet and your value play of the day. Of course, his value play hitting yesterday. What you got for us today?
Yeah, race 4 of the 4, Romer, maybe a best bet. You know, it's a little tricky after watching that rerun again for like the 9th time. Crimson Rocket did get in a lot of trouble. I still think the horse will beat 1-2 in there. Value play, there was a couple different ways to go this afternoon. I'm going to go to third race with this Corrales running with the Lasix going on. Always forward. There you go, race 3 going out to a mile. After 2 trouble trips, gets a little drop in class and a clear run today. Yeah, Super Bowl Sunday. Maybe head up to the station. Your friends they're waiting for you up there at the Greenmount Station.
We had a conversation about this. I think I need to make a visit. But guys, pay attention to the man next to me. His picks, he's got some value for everybody here on these cards here in Maryland. And with that, we're gonna head on over to the voice of Maryland, Dave Rodman, for some changes and scratches.
All right. Good luck, everybody.